We started our coverage of these Paris Olympic Games from right here outside the Games Village, and we are going to end it right here as well. Gagan Narang, chef de mission of the Indian contingent, here with me. Also an Olympic medalist, won everything that is there to be won in sport. Gagan, it's been a stressful, perhaps 3 weeks, but at the end of the campaign, how do you look at the way the competition panned out, especially from an Indian context?
Well, I feel everyone put their best foot forward. I saw a relentless effort coming out from each member of the team. Firstly, the athletes, their support staff, the support system, the IOA, the medical team, the government, the federations. I think everyone rallied behind the athletes as much as they could, and I think the athletes deserve a lot of appreciation for coming so far away in their sporting journeys and performing at the highest level. As far as the result is concerned, I think we are close to our best. 6 medals. We are going back with 6 medals. Of course, not as expected, but a lot of other countries who dominated in their particular sports are not going back with the kind of medals that they expected because the field and the competition has completely changed.
Hang on, I think that's an important point you make, because everyone, when we come to the Olympics, Gagan, think, oh, if they've said double digits, we should get double digits. But I tried to look at some numbers yesterday. So India won 6 medals. There's a 7th, which is currently sub judice, so we'll not talk about that. 6 Indian athletes finished 4th. They narrowly missed out on a medal. And you had Nishan Dev, Navlina Borgohain, Satvik Sairaj, who lost in the quarterfinals. So around 17 to 18 Indian athletes were in contention for a medal. Let's contrast it to the time you played your first Olympics in 2004, where perhaps you went in with a handful of medal contenders. Even when you all won in 2012, when you won and we won, India won 6 over there, the contenders were only about 10. Here you've contended for about 16 to 17 medals, and the rest of the world is also here to win those medals, right? That's the context we need to put.
Well, absolutely. I think in the last Olympics and the Olympics before that, we were celebrating 4th positions as if we won medals. And here, because we've got so many of them, they are being criticized. While everyone has the opportunity to criticize them, I also feel that they need to be supported, because these are your champions. These are the best that we have, and these will be the champions of the future. So I think they need to get back on their training journeys and look ahead and work as hard as possible and prepare as much as possible for the next games. We had 7, we have 6 now, and we are close to what we did in the last Olympics, which was our best so far. And we are hoping that things will improve. The medical and the well-being of the athletes will improve, because everyone's really, when you don't have the kind of performance that is required or expected out of you, then athletes starts heating themselves up, and then there is pressure from their ecosystem that kind of adds to that emotions that they're going through. So I think they need to be protected as much as possible.
Can I interrupt you?
Yeah,
I
sure.
think it's important to note what Gagan is saying, because Gagan lost out on an Olympic medal at the Beijing Olympics on a technicality. He was that close to an Olympic medal, but it ate you up and you found a way back. And I think a lot of people are saying that it's always, you shouldn't support the athlete when they've won. You should support them when they've lost. Since you've dealt with that, Gagan, what is your advice to those who came close or who tried their best? Let's talk about shooting, your sport. Ramita Jindal, 7th, an Olympic finalist, first time since Suma Shirur. Babuta came 4th. The ski team, great performance over there. Archery, so much was spoken about them. People called them chokers. They came 4th. I mean, they were there. They were knocking on the door. How does the Indian sporting ecosystem sort of ensure the well-being of these athletes, because they come here to win medals, they have expectations from themselves, as you said, and when they don't win, I know people who've not recovered from an Olympic setback.
Well, when things are going your way and you're winning medals, a lot of people support you. But it is these losses that make you go back to your drawing board. As an athlete, I have gone back to the drawing board so many times and reanalyzed what went wrong, what we've missed, and what we can improve. And it's a continuous process. It's sport. If it was predictable, it would not be called sport. And we have to understand that this is the nature of sport. And every athlete comes here to win. Nobody comes here to lose. And they've given their best, and they are our heroes and our champions, and they will be the champions of the future.
Okay, Gagan, let's look at the Indian sporting ecosystem. Because obviously, your first Olympic Games was 20 years ago in 2004, where even getting to the Olympics was an achievement, right? Is the Indian sporting ecosystem today on the right track, or it still needs to be refined? Because people say, country of close to 1.5 billion people, why only 6 medals? What they don't understand that it's a journey. Do you think India is on the right track towards that journey, or you think the system needs to be slightly tweaked, that don't focus so much on elite athletes, also focus on the bench, spread it out, and like your sport has done, shooting has done, right? What Bindra did, what you did, that unleashed a shooting revolution in this country. Today, India's shooters are, perhaps the national trials are as competitive as the Olympic Games. Are we close to getting there in other sports, or you think that's the realistic goal which India needs to sort of aim for?
Well, I think there is constant work that is necessary in every direction possible. I mean, there is no one set approach that will work. In fact, any approach done consistently will be working, because India being a very diverse country, every athlete, when there is an individual approach to it, because they're individual athletes, and then you have the team approach. So not one approach would not be appropriate to kind of get into. I think you need to get into the nitty-gritties which people are at this point of time, and reflect on what was missed. You must remember, Digvijay, that you've been covering Olympics for a very, very long time, and back in the days, first Olympics you would finish probably 20th, second Olympics you would finish probably in the top 10, third Olympics you would probably finish in the finals or win a medal. There are so many athletes in these Olympics who in their first Olympics have given exceptional performance, and that has to be also credited in the way that the support system behind the athlete has worked, whether it is the government, whether it is the federation, because it was very unheard of. Going to the Olympics as a 21-year-old in 2004 was a big deal. Next Olympics, you're already an Olympian, you want to do well, so you came close to the final. Third Olympics, someone already won, but here there have been so many fourth places. I mean, if they were converted, we would have probably reached that double-digit mark. We were just a fair bit unlucky at this point of time, but I guess we'll be better prepared for luck in the coming Olympics in LA.
Throughout this campaign, lots of, as you said, memorable performances. Medals, yes, but memorable performances. What for you, from an Indian context, was that one performance which brought a smile to your lives, to your face? What was that one performance? Because, 6 medals and many more great performances. Ultimately, for you personally, as an Olympian, you won India's highest sporting honor. You're a legend of Indian sport. So I know you can't be biased, but at the end of the day, when you go back and you remember this 10 years from now, what is that one moment which brought a smile to your face?
Well, there have been many moments. It's like asking the head of the family which is your favorite child, and
the games are over now. I can ask you that question.
No, I wouldn't like to say. I mean, every athlete was phenomenal. I mean, and I feel honored and lucky to meet all of them and see them so closely, because it's been a while that I've competed and met all of them in any games. Asian Games was the last games that I saw a few of them, but this time I've been able to interact with them, understand who they are. See, when you are at the Olympic Games, you're not the only one playing the games. Your family, your friends, your school, your college, your employer, everybody is actually in the games with you and seeing the games and trying to motivate you, and they feel your wins and your losses. So it's not just about the athlete, it's about everyone associated with that particular athlete plays the games, and that's the beauty of it.
Yes, the Olympics aren't just about that day. It's about 5-6 years going into that. Gagan Narang, I've interacted with you many years as an active sports person. My first interaction with you as the chef de mission was at these games, and I must say congratulations to you and your team, because very smooth. My 4th Olympic Games, I've never had anything as smooth as this in terms of coordination and access, and you've done a good job. So a pat on your back and to your team as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Digvijay. All the best to you.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.